Say hi, Stella. She's a big reader of Robo. Stella over here.
Is she now?
She loves crime and thrillers. Oh yeah, forget about children's books. Guys, I'm not really in the mood to think right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of give you clues, and you have to try and guess the author that I'm talking about. Are you ready for this? I hear the yeses, Alright, here we are. What author am I talking about? Stephen King has called this author a master storyteller. Val McDermott has called this author's work, and I quote, heart-stopping and heartbreaking. This author is Australian, and this author has actually beaten Stephen King and J.K. Rowling in 2015 to win the Gold Dagger Award for Best Crime Novel. Who am I talking about?
Maybe Stella knows.
Maybe Stella? Stella, do you know? I hear Michael Robotham. I'm hearing that. If you've said Michael Robotham, then 10 points to Gryffindor. Michael Robotham returns with his latest psychological thriller. This one is called The Secrets She Keeps. I'm actually reading it now, and it's a page turner, it's addictive, and it's wreaking havoc with my emotions. For a very limited time, we actually have signed copies of this book. So if you're interested, head on over to our website. So if someone was to come to me and say, Anastasia, I want you to put together a list of your top 10 books of 2017 so far. That list is this book here, Reece Carter's The Garden Apothecary. So what this book is, it's the perfect introduction to herbal remedies you can make at home using natural ingredients that are actually going to help you cure and manage just common ailments. So if you've got a cough, he's got a recipe for you, a tea, a cough syrup that you can make. If you want to, plump up your lips, he's got a balm you can make. If you're not getting enough good sleep, he's got a potion you can make to help you get some good Z's. When he came to Booktopia, we actually sat down together and we had a bit of a chat, and I asked him if perhaps he had concocted a bit of a love potion, because, I'm thinking singles out there might be able to use this on their love interest. I asked him about it. This is what he had to say. So you've got two people. They've been friends for ages. Mm-hmm. And one of them has fallen deeply in love with the other.
Oh no.
Okay, and they perhaps want to make like a tea, maybe a love potion.
A love potion?
Yes, for the other one to drink and fall madly in love with them too. Is there such a thing?
Look, there's not necessarily a love potion. I do have a recipe in this book for a libido enhancing shot, but I think you're still going to need to. Both people are going to need to consent. I think that's still pretty important. I don't necessarily have a love potion, but in terms of a libido enhancing shot, there is absolutely something. Panax ginseng or Korean ginseng is probably your best bet.
Right.
Damiana, tribulus, all of these other herbs have also been looked at for similar kind of effects, but in terms of the more modern studies, Korean ginseng is the one that far and away kind of seems that it has those kinds of effects. Yeah.
Okay. Look, you know what? I think for the next book, if there is a next book, I think you should work on that. Love potion.
I was going to say, you could do a whole book of love potions.
I know, that would be a bestseller.
It really would.
For my full interview with Reece Carter, hop on over to YouTube and search for Booktopia TV. Green is the New Black is the latest book by award-winning Telegraph reporter James Phelps. And in this book, he talks about Australia's worst female prisoners. One of my favourite parts in this book is learning about this lady called Catherine Mary Knight, who, what she did was, and wait for it, she actually murdered her partner and cut off his ass, his bottom, and put it with some vegetables and threw it in the oven and roasted it. And his head, she kind of made it, if I'm not mistaken, she made it into like a stew. And his carcass, she just kind of, hung it off some hooks. So these are the types of heartwarming stories. Bronwyn is just looking at me with like disbelief and disgust.
I haven't read this book yet. Oh my god.
So those are just some of the heartwarming stories you'll read in this new book. We actually have a full review on the blog, on the Booktopian, of this book. So if you're interested, I urge you to read that review. Guys, I couldn't end this video without telling you about a certain children's book that has everyone in the office, let's just say everyone in the office who has read it has absolutely loved it. So what this book is about, it's about this little guy here who accidentally eats his only friend. And in this book, what happens is he goes on this journey where he's on the hunt for another friend. And, you know, everyone that he encounters rejects him. But at the end of the book, he actually finds...
Don't spoil it.
Okay, spoiler alert, I'm not going to say any more. But what I will say is that this book is going to teach kids and adults about the importance of impulse control. Thanks for listening, guys. You've probably learned some very valuable lessons this week, such as do not eat your friends. Stay in touch with us through our blog and through all our social media, but in particular, keep an eye out on our Facebook page because we are giving away weekly prizes to celebrate Crime Month here at Booktopia. So if you're a crime and thriller fan, this is something you are not going to want to miss.